We are a cancer rehab facility. We are also certified lymphedema therapists, and we also do compression garment fitting. So today we're going to talk about why it's so important to be fit by somebody who is a certified fitter when it comes to compression garments. We say the fancy term of compression garments. What we mean are compression knee-high socks, 20 to 30, 15 to 20, compression sleeves. Today we're going to specifically talk about knee-high compression socks, thigh-high compression socks. So one of the top 5 reasons you need to be fit by a certified fitter, individual needs. Everybody that comes in comes in as an individual. Some people have issues getting down to their feet to get socks on and off. Everybody comes in a different size and a different shape. Some people come in with chronic venous insufficiency, varicose veins, pain, a history of wounds, neuropathy. So each of those presents its own certain challenge, and we also take that into consideration when we're fitting for a compression garment. The second reason that you're going to want to be fit by a certified fitter is the different levels of compression. So medical grade compression starts at 20 to 30. A lot of people struggle to get 20 to 30 level of compression on. So we may need to reduce that level until people get used to putting their compression socks on. If there's any skin sensitivities, if there's a history of wounds, if people are working on increasing their skin integrity. Also, conversely, if somebody needs a higher level of compression to contain their swelling. So as a certified fitter, we sort of know those levels of compression. We're able to either grade them up or grade them down according to the individual's needs. Reason number 3 that you want to be fit by a certified fitter. The frequency with which people need to wear their compression socks. Obviously, the more often they're worn, if you get up every morning, you put your compression socks on right away, you're wearing them till the evening, you're going to need to change those out every day. The other issue is that sometimes people have swelling issues overnight, so we are also able to either fit for night garments or fit for a garment that can be put on and is safe to be worn during the day and at night. The other part of that is if somebody is helping you apply your compression garments, sometimes it's very hard to get compression socks on someone else. So there are Velcro wrap alternatives, and we can kind of work through those different areas and find the exact right compression that works for you, works for your caregiver, and works for the amount of time you need to be wearing those compression socks or those compression garments, as well as the safety factors. That does bring us back into some serious risks. We mentioned those before, but if somebody has a history with wounds, if somebody has a history with cellulitis or infections, neuropathy, ingrown toenails, those things are all taken into consideration when we're fitting you for compression garments. Whether they're open toe, closed toe, if there's a silicone band at the top so that they don't roll down and tourniquet, if we're addressing wounds, you may need a higher level of compression. The other thing is that when you come in, so the 4th reason is that we are not only certified fitters, but in this case, occupational and physical therapists. We specialize in your ability to either get the compression garments on yourself and working through some of the adaptive techniques and or using adaptive equipment, but also we can work with a caregiver, work with a loved one, a friend, a family member, on getting them to be able to help you apply those compression garments safely and easily without injuring themselves, positioning, some of those things. The last reason has to do with saving time and money. We have a lot of patients when they finally get to us because they're frustrated, they haven't worn their compression garments, or they've tried compression garments and they're not working, they've already spent a lot of time and money on compression garments. So when they come on the internet and spend hours looking for something that might fit, tried to measure themselves, they've gone to their local pharmacy, tried to pick up something that might meet what they think are their needs, and then they come in with this whole bag of compression garments that they haven't worn, that have hurt them, that have led to them having another cellular infection. And so this time has gone on, they're in worse condition than they were in, and they've already spent a lot of money. So with all of that being said, now you know the reasons why you should go to a certified fitter to be fit for compression garments. I want to talk briefly about why compression garments that we are recommending may be a little more expensive, but ultimately you will need less of them. So the initial investment turns into a longer term savings. So now let's talk about a few examples of compression socks that you've been fit for versus compression socks that you've gone to a big box store or a local pharmacy for. I decided to go in because people ask me the question of, why do the compression socks you fit me for, why are they so expensive? Can't I just go to a pharmacy or to a local big box store and kind of get something off the shelf. You can, but I'm going to tell you why those aren't the greatest. So this was a pair of ready-to-wear socks. I walked into the pharmacy. This was the only pair actually that they had. They have them in 2 sizes, medium and large. They're 15 to 20 compression, and they're about $25. So this is the medium compression sock. This is the smallest size that they have. This is the smallest size they make. And you can kind of see the dimensions of this sock. It's a very, very, very long sock. It's also see-through, so you can kind of see through the sock. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the quality of this compression sock is not great. But the other part of this is that this is not going to fit anybody under 5'7". It's too long. Most of the patients come in, they have this folded over, or it's rolling down and it's tourniqueting. So they've spent $25 and this is not addressing their needs. The next thing that we commonly see, these were $50, which is kind of crazy. These are TED hose. These are actually to prevent the onset of a deep vein thrombosis or a blood clot after surgery. They're a static compression, which means that they're not a gradient of compression and they're not meant to be worn when you're up and walking around. These are kind of the other end of the spectrum. They're super long. These are also, okay, very, very sheer. If anybody has any skin folds, if they have any skin integrity issues, this is not going to work. Again, these were designed to be worn after surgery to prevent the onset of a blood clot. Compression socks are not supposed to be worn when you're in bed, laying down. They're supposed to be worn when you're up and walking around. $50 for those, for 1 pair. So let's go to some that we would fit you for in our clinic. These are Juzo Power Vibe. This is a line I really like. They're very cool to wear. People always complain about the heat. We're in Florida, so they're always complaining that compression socks are hot. These are not hot. I will tell you that they have lots of sizes. Most of the compression garments that we fit you for, Juzo, Jopes, Sigvaris, Medi, they all come in a huge variety of sizes. They come in a huge variety of materials. Also, they're very fashion forward, of course, but you can kind of compare these two. Look at these 2 socks. So the shape of them is completely different. The length of them is completely different. We also have a lot of sizing options when it comes to these socks. I've worn these, washed them, dried them, worn them without shoes. They hold up incredibly well. So we have sizing options. We can fit people who kind of fall outside those regular parameters. The material is better. The testing on these, the quality assurance of making sure that this is actually a 30 to 20 compression gradient. So this is a quality medical grade compression sock. Again, the quality of that's going to hold up. So these run a little more like $80, but if you're cutting these off or you're buying many, many pairs of these trying to find the right size, you only need 1 pair of these if somebody fits you for them and they know what they're doing. Quickly, your last option is going to be a custom sock. These are for people who have skin integrity issues, for people who've tried ready-to-wear, even a more expensive type of ready-to-wear, or for people who fall outside the parameters of a what we call ready-to-wear compression sock. So I have patients who have come in for complete decongestant therapy and bandaging, and they just don't tolerate wearing you're ready to wear, or they don't fit into these sizes, or they have skin integrity issues or issues getting them on. This is a really nice pair. You can customize them in every way, from the top of the band to the color to the toe. So you would really want to see somebody who is a certified fitter who's been trained to fit for these and get a really good pair of compression socks. Thanks and have a great day.